having seen 2002 Gujarat,
What were you doing
misfortune.
then? You were a student?
I was preparing for civil service, yes.
Okay.
And having had the misfortune to see the same person come as the prime minister of this country, for a person like me, the background that we come from, it was a big thing for us, and we never imagined that we can enter parliament.
First generation MP.
First generation MP.
Stop these shameful atrocities against minorities, Dalits and Adivasis. Jai Bhim, Jai Samvidhan.
Given that you come from the background that you do, you're an Ambedkar and Dalit, that is where they say Tamil Nadu's contradiction is.
We had a social movement in the 50s and 60s, which really, took us along to a large extent.
The Justice Party.
Yeah, the Justice Party and the self-respect movement by the by Tandai Periyar. But then largely it questioned a lot of status quo on many things, including patriarchy, caste, and everything. But slowly on the way, that path was lost, and it became very anti-Brahminical alone. The question of caste was not subjected to much of a scrutiny, but it was anti-Brahminical.
Are you saying it was anti-Brahmin, not anti-caste?
Anti-Brahmin and not anti-caste. It had its own advantages also, like for the idea of bringing in social justice as the main plank of governance. That has not happened in any other place except Tamil Nadu. Now people might talk about infrastructure, education, whatever, but social justice was the plank. That was the biggest contribution of the Dravidian movement, and we are all beneficiaries of that.
You take your oath and you do everything, and next thing we know, you go and say Jai Bhim over there.
The one thing, the best part about the Congress that I know is that it is open for everything. You can be a complete JBM person and then survive inside Congress, or Inqilab Zindabad, or Jai Jagat.
And that is also where the criticism of the Congress comes from, saying that it falls for everything, it stands for nothing.
I don't think there's a difference between people's organization and political parties. That's my personal belief. I think we all have to join hands here. There's no point in, differentiating things. I go back to what Hannah Arendt said about totalitarianism. She said, boss, if this is the way you're going to run democracy, in another 50 years you get 100 Hitlers. India, for instance, a citizen only recognizes his privilege with democracy during a vote. Right? Everybody comes to him, he's the center of it. Other than that, after that is over, he can't even go and meet a local MLA, or he cannot even take a pipeline to his house. So democracy doesn't mean anything to them except that electoral period. Right? Now, if this is the way democracy is run, why would people identify with democracy? Tell me. There's a big identity-less crisis